Hi guys, I'm Elissa at Moat Cottage Homesteading, and today I'm showing you how I make a rose vinegar solution to go in a compress for headaches. There are some dried flowers, powders, herbs as well as roots that I like to keep on the shelf just in case we need them for medicinal purposes throughout the year when they're not growing. There are also a couple of recipes that I like to have made up on the shelf just in case we need them. And today I'm making a rose vinegar headache compress. It's really for tension headaches. Now, there's different types of headaches that you can get. You might get one from being dehydrated, so you need to make sure you're well hydrated. You can get headaches from withdrawing from coffee or even sugar. And you can have headaches for many reasons. If you don't know why you're getting headaches and you're getting a lot of headaches, you should really get it checked out. But if you've just got a tension headache, then this rose vinegar compress might be just what you need. Fill up a pint jar with dried rose petals. I always use rose petals that are from a certain rose bush that I have that's a really old-fashioned one, and I don't know the name of it because I got it from a cutting from an old rose garden. It was a couple of 100 years old. It's like one of the most original roses that we had. So I don't know what sort it is, but it smells amazing. So if you can get a rose that smells really strong, then that is the rose I suggest you get. Now I've just dehydrated these petals and I'm going to fill up this pint jar. I also make rose powder, which you could use in this, but you've got to be able to strain it out. So I'm going to put a little bit of that in it as well. To that I'm putting some white vinegar. Now you could use apple cider vinegar, but I prefer to use plain white vinegar for this. I've left a little bit of headspace so that we're able to shake it up, place the lid on and give it a gentle shake. Now I'm going to put it in a cupboard in a dark place for 14 days, and I'm going to make sure I shake it every day. You can use fresh rose petals when you're making this recipe. However, I prefer to use dried flowers when I'm making recipes like this because there's no chance of mold getting in because you don't have any of the moisture. Also, roses aren't always in season. That's why I always keep dried roses and the rose powder as well on hand, just so that I can make things when I want to and I've always got the supply. A couple of other things that are nice to use when you've got a headache, if you are able to still move around, depending how bad it is obviously, are bath salts, which is lavender bath salts, which is quite relaxing and that will help you unwind. Also the lavender pure essential oil roller, so it's got probably an 1/8 pure essential lavender oil to a carrier oil like hemp oil or almond oil, even olive oil if you want to use that, and it's in a roller, so you can just roll it onto your temples, or you can roll it onto the back of your neck, down your spine, on your neck like that, and it's quite relaxing. This is also good for when you can't sleep as well because it's very relaxing. Another thing we use is the lavender rice pack. This has dehydrated lavender flowers as well as the lavender essential oil and rice, and it can be put in the freezer so that it's nice and cold, and you can put it over your eyes or around the back of your neck, or you can put it in the microwave oven and you just warm it up with a glass or a mug of water, and that just keeps it from catching on fire. A lot of people forget to mention that when they're telling you how to use your heat sacks. It's just always a good idea to have the humidity in the microwave when you're warming them up. So this is a good one to have, and whether you want hot or cold really depends on how you feel and the time of year, but it's a really good one which we like to use here. Once your 2 weeks is up, you want to strain it out. It smells fantastic. It's so strong. It's surprising how strong it really is. To use the rose vinegar compress, all you do is soak some cotton material into the solution. Squeeze out the excess moisture. You want it to be damp, but you don't want to be dripping pink rose dye everywhere. And then fold it up, and you can either put it across your forehead or around the nape of your neck. But for now, I'm going to store it in this amber bottle in my Apothecary cupboard so that it's not going to be exposed to light. Label what it is, what it's for, and the date that you made it. Because this is vinegar based, this actually lasts quite a while. It probably lasts a couple of years, but it really depends on how you're storing it and the temperature and all that sort of thing. So if it's at ideal temperatures, it could last a long time. You need to smell it before you use it to make sure it still smells like roses and that it's still potent. And yeah, it could last a couple of years. But I like to have this one on hand for whenever I need it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.